A national report says, job figures, nation's employers stepping up hiring in May, adding a robust nearly 340,000 jobs, well above expectations and evidence of enduring strength in an economy that the Federal Reserve is desperately trying to cool. What does Illinois look like in all of those numbers? A recent report from Wirepoints highlighting just how well or how poorly Illinois is doing. Let's go ahead and check this out. The headline report shows Illinois struggling to keep jobs. High property taxes, the state tax on gasoline, and Governor J.B. Pritzker's handling of COVID-19 are all factors in the state's lack of job growth, according to an analyst. The report by Wirepoints looks at Illinois' overall economic performance since Pritzker took office in 2019, and the report shows 70,000 fewer jobs in that time frame. 70,000 fewer jobs. Let's go ahead and check out this report from Wirepoints. Ted Dabrowski, the president, he lays out some of the things that he believes is why Illinois is doing poor when it comes to job creation.
Governor Pritzker won't recognize that. Governor Pritzker won't acknowledge the problems we have. And until he does, we're going to struggle. And that's what I think is unfair to the ordinary people of Illinois.
He also talks about all the factors that contribute to the jobs in Illinois.
Well, Governor Pritzker had one of the most draconian, strict responses to the pandemic in the country, and that really hurt jobs. It really hurt entrepreneurs. It really, he tried to pick and choose who should stay open and who couldn't.
But it's not just the governor's handling of COVID, closing businesses and leaving some open, but closing others, especially mom and pop small businesses. It's also the tax situation in Illinois and just how expensive it is.
Man, we will never have the most jobs as long as we have the highest property taxes in the country. We will never have more jobs if we have the second highest gas taxes in the country. We'll never have more jobs if we have the biggest pension debts in the country. We'll never have more jobs if our home values are shrinking relative to the rest of the country. We have so many things that are wrong in Illinois.
So looking at the chart they put together, Illinois created no net new jobs since Pritzker took office in 2019. And this is a comparison from January of 2019 to April of 2023. And looking at all of the states, and Illinois was ninth worst when it comes to job creation, actually losing 70,000 jobs since Governor Pritzker took office, according to those numbers. So interesting to hear that, especially, the governor recently, he's talked about, hey, the GDP of the state's increased. And while the number is true, you got to also look at the possibility of how inflation, record high inflation, has impacted that, just with the overall increased costs of basically everything. Numbers, you can cut and slice all kinds of different ways, make them look good or make them look bad. But looking at these raw numbers here, 70,000 fewer jobs on net since the governor took office in 2019. Let's take a call. Good morning. You're on WMAY. What's up?
Well, Greg, you see now, what's going on really is that the census the census report that you're getting aren't the correct ones.
That's what Democrats say.
All the numbers, I'm just basically saying what J.B. Pritzker is going to be telling everybody else. The reports that you're getting aren't the correct reports that are actually going out. And the numbers are actually really higher than anything that we've ever seen. And, he's doing an awesome job. And everything that he's doing is making Illinois the best it's ever been.
Well, last week he did announce and had somewhat of a ceremony of sorts with downstate lawmakers and a new business coming into Illinois that's going to use solar power to manufacture electric vehicle components. And he'll tour to other places where there might be a business that's coming to Illinois based off incentives that the state and local governments are providing these businesses to offset the high cost cost of doing business in Illinois, while those who are in Illinois still have to pay those high costs, especially when it comes to workers' compensation and how it's higher in Illinois than neighboring states, and gas taxes and property taxes, all of that working into it. So you got to look at all these factors. But just to the issue of businesses, last month Guggenheim Investments, $300 billion company, they've said that they're going to reduce their footprint here in Chicago. You've got even Boeing, Tyson, Caterpillar, Citadel, all reducing their corporate footprint in Chicago in the past few years.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I mean, I think Pritzker's done a horrible job with everything that he has done since day one. But, with the population loss that we've had, all Pritzker's done is saying that, the reports and the census is wrong. And, he's just trying to deflect everything else. No, he's the biggest parasite and virus that this state has ever seen.
Whoa. All right. Well, that's a bit of hyperbole to go with my coffee this morning. So I guess hey, free speech. It's your call. It's your dime. Appreciate the call.
Love you, Greg.
All right, Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. Got to take a break on that note, so